Hi, I'm Phil, and this is my channel, Kick It with Phil, and I'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe so you can get that notification bell. Hey you guys, we're back again, and I am so excited. I have one of my really dear friends who's come and kicking it with me on today. And she is an actress, a voiceover artist, a lover of Jesus Christ, and just someone you guys have got to meet. You have seen her many times on so many different things, and she's going to talk to you even about one of her Tyler Perry projects. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my dear friend, Baadja-Lyne Odums.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you for having me.
You know what, you have always been an inspiration to me, and I know it because over the years, I think even, it's been a while back, even one of my dear friends, Lana Barksdale, who's an actress, was in the show, I think a production that you guys had done, and you have just always been you just give so many positive vibes, and you make the time to come and support fellow artists and actors and everything. But I want them to just get to know you, how you even got started in the business, and even growing from Chicago. Tell us a little bit about it.
Coming up in Chicago was kind of rough, because at that time we had gangs. Even then we had Blackstone Rangers, and they were notorious. You know, these kids think they have gangs now. Blackstone, they were notorious. They would come all in your house with it or anything like that. But what kept me grounded is that we had a little bitty TV. A little bitty TV, RCA Victor, I'll never forget it. And we would watch all the shows. At that time, they were all great shows. But they were so inspirational, because we never lived like that, but that takes us out of our fairy tale land into another era. And I remember I was telling my mom, I said, oh, one day I'm going to go to Hollywood and I'm going to be actress. And she's like, yeah, okay, right. But what happened was, my auntie, which lived here in California, my Aunt May, she wanted her baby sister to be there, which was my mom. And so when I heard that we were moving to California, we just automatically thought Hollywood. I said, oh, this is going to be my big chance, big chance, big chance. But I was so young at the time, I didn't know how to get into the industry. So it wasn't until my later 20s that I started in theater. And that would really propel me into loving acting as much as I do. Wow. And I remember going on the cattle call for Bill Cosby. He had a new show coming out. And I didn't make it in, but I just kept, you know, I just kept looking at these TV shows, and I just kept looking at that time everything was on paper. We didn't have any tablets or phones or nothing. So I would look and see what auditions were open, and a bunch of us would go, because at that time, you just go. It wasn't like, oh, you have an appointment, so and so, so. You just go to audition, and if you crashed one, you got to get in, then, you know, that's fine. But basically, my starting is actually theater, which is the love of my life. And I didn't get into film until about around, I guess around maybe 2000, you know, with film. And so I've been very blessed, you know, to do things that I love to do, but I've currently been blessed working with Tyler Perry. And that was one of my dreams, because he hired me for something Hollywood would never hire me for. Wow. You know, it's a different character. I love the character, and I give her as much juice as she can stand. And her name is Marva. Yes. And she's a cult with the Rockadoochies. And on the surface, she believes that what she's doing is right, although people on the outside know that this is another rendition of Waco Wacko, you know, people drinking Kool-Aid or whatever. But she so believed in the highest and what he does, that he can do no wrong. That she, and I think secretly she loves him. Yeah. And she's always vying for his attention with one of the other members there. But we just finished shooting the end of season 1 and all of season 2.
Oh, you already did season 2? Wow.
He does not play. He does not play. And so it may be coming at the end of this October or the beginning of November. We haven't gotten anything on it yet, but it was just an exciting experience. Nothing like Hollywood, where they take maybe 5-6 weeks to shoot 30 episodes. Yeah. We did it in 8 days.
Ooh, got a workout.
8 days, and I tell you, I left there going. It was off the chain.
Oh, well, I love the show, and people they're really getting.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, your character. She's like, she's like grounded, and she says that stuff to the people. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah. Oh, wow. So let me just find out about this, because we've seen you in Eddie's and all of us in so many different projects. How was it? I mean, because did you know right away? How did you audition for this particular role?
Well, it was, my agent said that Tyler Perry was casting a new show. And my thing was, I was up for 4 projects. I was on hold for 4 projects. So this was going through my mind. I wasn't thinking so much about the Tyler Perry thing, because I said, in my mind, oh, I'll never get in there anyway. You know, that's a closed camp. But I went anyway. And I sat there for probably 4 or 5 hours waiting to audition.
Wow.
They had so many people flying in from everywhere.
That's like a cattle call, it seems like.
But no, everybody that was there was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But they were going with certain roles for it, and they had a lot of what I call them kids, because they're all under me. But all of they were auditioning, and by that time I had it. So I got up and I said, Kim, I gotta go. She said, no, just wait. It was Kim coming. Yeah. And so I sat there. And so when I finally got ready to go in, she stopped me at the door. She says, this woman is evil. And I'm thinking in my mind, I said, I'm so pissed off. It's right on my alley right about now. So when I went in, I gave it all. And I did not know that he was in the room. He was there at the audition.
How did you not know he was in the room?
Nobody told me that he was going to be in the audition. He said he was here casting for actors, but they didn't say he would actually be in the room.
Yeah.
And so when I went in there and I said, that's not him. I didn't look. I saw a woman, a man, and a woman. And then I saw Kim, who I did the scene with. Yeah. Because that's my focus. When she said that, I just started focusing in on the character. And I went in there, and I was so nasty, that character. She was so nasty, and I'm like, well, if I don't get it, he's gonna remember me. That was my attitude. I was sit here for 4 or 5 hours. I was like on a quarter tank of gas, no money in the pocket, you know. And so
been there, done that.
Yeah, and so the next day, my agent called and said, well, you're on the show. I said, no, you're kidding. He said, you have 7 episodes on the show. Okay.
Wow.
Then they called later on in the week and said, they want you for a series regular.
Wow! What was your reaction with only a quarter tank of gas?
This is my reaction.
Hey! Get your praise up for those people.
That was my reaction.
Wow.
That was my reaction.
Baadja.
Definitely.
You remember watching the little TV and this little girl from Chicago, and somehow God just used you just to not focus on that, but to just go.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because I've been in this business for over 25 years.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest thing that has happened to me.
Wow.
So I've done a lot of TV, and I've done a lot of stage, and with stage is but there's, you know, stages like Peter and out here in California, you know, but to get the opportunity to work with Mr. Perry and to see how he works and see how dedicated and focused he is, you can't help but to join in.
Wow.
So when he said we have 30 scripts to do, he said we're going to do it in 8 days, and all the actors are looking like,
I know.
But it gets done. It's amazing how it works. It gets done. It gets done.
Wow, wow. I just, you know what, because a lot of actors come out and, you know, they think that, oh, it's going to happen overnight. But it's a journey.
It is a journey.
What would you tell a young actor or an actor that's, you know, that's thinking about doing this, but, you know, they're getting a little discouraged and just saying, I'm just going to go back home?
If that's your first thing to do is to go back home, then go back home. But if you want to put your foot in the mud and get dirty and get nasty, you're going to stay here and fight it out. You don't care if you go on 1 audition or 900 auditions. One is going to peak, and you're going to get the one that you want. But you got to be in the game for the long haul.
Yeah.
It's like buying a home. If you're just going to be, oh, I don't like that picture right there, I'm going to move. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
You got to stay in and you got to fight. Because when I was coming up, all of the actors were kind of close together. So when you saw one, you know, when you went in and you saw somebody that looked like you and they've been on TV a while, you just got to keep trying because you know they're going to get that role. You know, you just know it in you. And you look up and you see that they have that role. But what happened was, most of those people that were around my age coming up have gone away. So it looks like it's now the other actors that were under these actors are coming up, like the Virginia Capers, you know, and your Francis Williams and all your other actors that were coming up during my time. When we were young actors, you know, they were getting all the roles, your Sheila Frazier's. But now it's like a whole new ball game because there's a new sheriff in town. Yes. And Mr. Perry has opened a lot of doors for a lot of us actors. Wow. You know, and like I said, this role here, Hollywood would never have given it to me. Wow. Never.
Oh, it's so exciting.
And I just bless him and I just thank him for the opportunity, and I can't wait to see what else he has in store, you know.
Yeah! Oh, wow. Well, the show is Ruthless on BET. Marva! And we look at the smile she has on her face. And you know what? I just want everybody, guys, to know we're going to have all of her information, but you just look her up, Baadja-Lyne Odums, and just follow and see all of some of the work that she's done. And we just thank you so much for just coming out, and I just love you. Pleasure. Thank you for kicking it with me.
Thank you for letting me kick it with you. You're amazing. I love your voice. I love your singing. I love you that you're a go-getter. You don't let anything stand in your way. When you say, oh, we're going to do this, and the next thing I know, oh, he's done it. You know? So I applaud you and I appreciate you for your fortitude.
I love you.
You're an amazing king, and I love you. And I love you.